Boo! Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm scaring all you hoes today. Alright? Get your heart pumping. Because we got another stream going on. Yeah, sometimes I try to, ease my way in with my luscious, soft ASMR voice, but not today. Nah. I think today I'll just wake y'all up. Hey, Hunter, Walsh speaks very highly of you. I know, and I really appreciate that. I speak pretty highly of Walsh, too. I really like Walsh. I have a lot of respect for him. So what did the quartering do this time? Actually, me and the quartering have had some beef on Twitter. As always, he's invited to talk on the stream, but I doubt that will happen. Yeah, we can just jump right into what happened here, because then we're gonna have a conversation with another Twitch user. Another Twitch user. That sounds really funny. Hold on. Sanzal. Sanzal? Is that how you say his name? Alright. So, let's get into talking about the quivering. He's still being like a complete fucking idiot right now, too. Okay, now as we all know, the quivering is probably one of the, if not the dumbest content creator on the entire planet. I'm serious. I know it's a tight battle there. There are a lot of them competing, but Quartering has to be up there because his videos are hot garbage. All of them are complaining about something, getting triggered about the women in the video game, or her boobs are different, or this thing has gone woke by adding a black person. It's the same spiel every fucking time. He is so goddamn annoying. No matter what you call him, the quivering, the quartering, the quarter pounder, just plain old Jeremy. No matter what you call the guy, we can all agree, the dude's a little cuckoo. He's lost a little, he's got a couple screws loose up there. He's only using a quarter of his brain cell. So he tweets out, Twitter abortion weirdos somehow think it's impossible for 99% of people to not let dudes dump loads inside them. Imagine abstinence. It works. So, yikes. Where do we begin with this one? Well, first, let me get over on my Google Drive here, because I, did a little research beforehand. Something that I don't think the quartering even knows what, I don't even think the quartering could understand what that means. Like, if you asked him what is research, he'd be like, isn't it like scrolling on Twitter and finding what I get mad about? Here's a little study. Imagine abstinence. It works. Really, quartering? I mean, I'm not surprised that he's, inaccurate once again, but, abstinence-only education is a failure. 2 scientific review papers find abstinence-only until marriage programs and policies in the United States are ineffective because they do not delay sexual initiation or reduce sexual risk behaviors. According to the researchers, these programs also violate adolescent human rights, withhold medically accurate information, stigmatize or exclude many youth, reinforce harmful gender stereotypes, and undermine public health programs. Both papers are published online in the Journal of Adolescent Health. So, this is speaking more directly about abstinence-only education. But even if we want to talk about more broadly, this idea of just, don't have sex, five-head. No, it doesn't work, even when you try to teach people. Hammer that shit in their head. Wait till marriage, wait till marriage. Hammering that into their brain like You're hammering the nail into Jesus's hand. You're just... Even when you do that shit, it doesn't actually work. We can look at what the research is indicating. Abstinence-only education doesn't lead to reducing people engaging in sex before marriage. It doesn't work. All it does is actually put them at greater risk. Let's see. Abstinence only until marriage approaches have set back sex education, family planning, and HIV prevention efforts. Damn. Where's more of the, hold on. Oh, I guess this is all. Okay. But either way, I think that this is excellent to take a look at. We can look right here. An updated position on the paper. Accept all cookies. Abstinence from sexual intercourse can be a healthy choice for adolescents, particularly if an adolescent is not ready to engage in sex. However, government programs exclusively promoting abstinence only until marriage are problematic from scientific and ethical viewpoints. So, this is kind of where I would argue with TheQuartering about this, is it's fine to teach people abstinence, I guess, like, from a realistic perspective. Like, hey, I think a healthy way to teach abstinence would be something like, hey, when you have sex, that's something that is like, it's something that's kind of special, and it's something that shouldn't be just done completely on a whim, and it should be, you should take very seriously, like, in regards to the other person and their consent, etc., etc. It is better to wait until marriage. It is better to wait until you have a deep relationship with the individual before actually engaging in sex. That's all better, and I think that it's okay to, like, generally teach that, but TheQuartering, what would he say? That just, like, okay, families should teach abstinence? Okay, maybe, but we know that when you actually try to teach it in an education setting, it does not work. So I responded to TheQuartering in my snarky self, and I said, abstinence training has been studied and proven not to really work. Then again, for someone who looks like TheQuartering, abstinence is probably easy. Flamed. So, yeah, I just roasted him because, come on, you walked right into that one, dude. What a fucking stupid thing to say. Imagine abstinence, it works. So again, yeah, if you don't want to have sex, then don't have sex, and it is better to have a long-term relationship with the person, I think, before engaging in sex. That would be my general opinion on that. But that's been taught for decades. It hasn't worked. So imagine abstinence. We don't have to imagine it. We can look at it. It's existed for the last 2 decades. It works. Wrong. Empirically, factually incorrect. But okay. So I said that. And then he got really triggered. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised to see TheQuartering getting so fucking triggered. I can't defeat his argument that people can absolutely abstain from sex or at least use protection. He never said anything about that. So I will just call him ugly. I just can't figure out why everyone laughs at this individual. The irony of TheQuartering saying that, like, did it everyone laughs at you, Quivering. Literally everyone. You are like a laughing stock. Even, like, well-known individuals laugh at you. They spit in your general direction. So, anyway, I guess everyone in TheQuartering's, like, you know, far-right bullshit circle of friends that he probably hangs out with, I probably am kind of getting laughed at a lot, which is good, generally, because I would prefer to be hated by scum fucks like TheQuartering and anyone, really, who happily and willingly associates with him. But yeah, it's just funny because nowhere did he say anything about using protection. So did you just, like, throw that one in there? Just, hoping that it would sound a little bit better. I don't understand. People, yes, okay, let me explain this, quartering, for your quarter of a brain cell, okay? Yes, people they have the ability to abstain from sex. Yes. They're not robots that are going to just engage in sex no matter what happens. They have the ability to not, yes, but people generally tend to behave in ways that are predictable. And it turns out that people having sex, it's kind of necessary to propagate the human race. It kind of comes down to a natural, intrinsic thing that, like, almost virtually all humans have some desire, more or less, to, like, propagate their DNA, strictly from a natural evolutionary perspective. But whatever, that's getting a little too deep unnecessarily, admittedly. Yes, people can abstain from sex, but they're not going to. Even when we try to teach them to do it, they don't do it. And then he throws in use protection. No one said anything about protection. I would agree with that, yeah, you should be using protection. That's just called being responsible when you're having sex. Hopefully you're, in favor of voting generally blue, considering the Affordable Care Act provides more people with contraception. That's a form of protection for the quartering, if he doesn't know that. So yeah, hopefully you vote and you kind of support a general direction that, oh wait, no, you don't. You claim to be like a liberal type, but you're just a right-wing outrage merchant. And then he so I responded, of course abstinence works. Sterilizing the whole country would work also, but it's not realistic both empirically and practically. Consider your argument defeated, and I managed to abstain myself from calling you ugly this time around. So I feel I was being rather polite here. Of course, this is just a friendly... No, I'm being snarky because the quartering's a disingenuous, slimy, bad faith fuckweasel, and I would love for him to come on my channel. And then he says, this sad version of Hunter Avalone proves we truly are in the worst timeline. Reduced to what? Diving into a days-old thread to weigh in with personal insults under the guise of appearing intellectual. I guess things never change. Wait, I'm confused. If I'm being reduced, doesn't that imply that I have changed? That I'm worsening? But now I guess things never change, so I'm simultaneously regressing while also always being just this bad. Maybe I actually need to step back and not be so mean to the quartering. It might actually be ableist to be so mean to him. Like, we're dealing with an individual here who is the equivalent of, like, think of a anti-SJW Reddit bot. Yeah, think of an anti-SJW, a board where everything is anti-SJW on that board, a bot. That is the quartering for the most part here. But okay, what does the days-old thread have to do with anything at all? Why does that matter? I don't understand. Who cares if it's a couple days old? I didn't even realize it was a couple days old because I saw someone else recently respond to it. So I was just like, oh, that's a dumb tweet and easy to make fun of. So I said, did your opinion change in the last 3 days? Are you backpedaling? Are you quivering? Below, I included my Discord link. Tonight, I'll be talking about you, so you're welcome to join. The invitation's still open, Jeremy. Come on, man. Instead of making fun of sub counts. Oh, wait. Where did he make fun of my... I think we were fighting about something else, too. Wait. Because he tried to make fun of me. Oh, yeah. Hunter, the great debate master, still doesn't understand ad hom. Shocking. And I said, is this why I don't want to talk on my stream? Too scared I'll hurt your feelings? Also, by definition, an ad hom is mainly just an insult, whereas I addressed your claim and insulted you. So technically, it wasn't an ad hom. Actually, Ben Shapiro voice, libtard wrecked, but go off king. Somewhere he made fun of my sub count. I don't know. Oh, this one. What, you thought you could slide into... Oh, yeah, because I said didn't realize the quartering was such a triggered SJW snowflake. LOL, offended by a tweet? I love to meet these people on the same level, because if you act like you're not actually offended by them, because you're not, like, who would take this dumb this... I can't even get my insults right. I'm trying to say dipshit and dumb fuck at the same time. If anyone takes this dumb fuck... This dumb fuck... I can't. All right. I tried to combine it. I thought it would be funny. It wasn't. It just came off really cringy. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the tweet, okay? Yeah, just throw their shit back at them and it's hilarious. They will just melt down. What, you thought you could slide into a conversation from... Read it in the Siri voice and it's more believable as being more realistic like a Reddit bot. What, you thought you could slide into a conversation from 3 days ago and quote tweet me in hopes of some sort of dunk? Question mark. This ain't it, my child. Fade back into obscurity, kid. I mean, not everyone could bleed thousands of subscribers for 18 months straight, ... So, ... Congrats, question mark. I don't know, just kind of, it sounds more believable that way. But yeah, the classic, you lost subscribers, which is just, you've got them in a corner when suddenly it's just, well, you don't have as many subs as me. It's like, okay. Yeah, dip fuck. I like that. Quartering, more like dip fuck. I think that's good. But yeah, and I invited him on my stream, and then that's conveniently when he stopped talking to me, responding. And he's still responding on here too. Abstinence doesn't work. If it did, places with abstinence-only sex ed wouldn't have the highest teen pregnancy rates. True. And then listen to how stupid and let's not be ableist here. I'm sorry. Listen to how this strange sentient algorithm responds. So obviously this person is saying abstinence doesn't work in the sense that, like, teaching abstinence doesn't actually work in preventing sex and unplanned pregnancies. Not having sex doesn't prevent pregnancy? That's the take here from Comrade Jeff. You have to be intentionally bad faith or literally running on a, yes, quarter of a brain cell, to read it that way. Come on. He wasn't saying that literally if you don't have sex, you might still get pregnant. That was not what he was saying. He was saying that abstinence generally in the sense that teaching it doesn't work. Bruh. I would love to argue with this guy solely about this. God. And it was funny too because what did he say? I didn't understand ad hom, but then this thing right here was nothing but an ad hom. Nothing. He made no argument. It was just an insult against me. Just how we're in the worst timeline, desperate version of Hunter, reduced to diving into a day-old tweet, which I, again, don't see why that's relevant. Did you backtrack on it? Do you no longer agree with it? I guess things never change. I don't know. It's fucking weird. Why is chat on screen different from Twitch chat? Because it's a mix of YouTube and Twitch chat that you're seeing. All right. Quartering is watching us? Probably, you know.
How's it going?
Hey, man, can you turn video on?
Yeah, I didn't think about it until I saw your video, and I thought to myself, well, shit, now I need to figure out how to turn off my camera like
Oh,
that.
are you using it on? Are you on stream?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm currently streaming.
Okay, cool. Well, I
Here
can
we
see
go.
you now. That works. I hope you didn't have to cut off your camera on your stream though,
Oh,
did you?
it's fine.
You sure?
Oh yeah, no, I do not care.
All right, cool. I don't want to
If they
inconvenience you. Or anything.
if my chat wants to complain about the quality of stream, no longer having my beautiful face front and center, then they can just sit there thirsty until we're done here.
There you go. What
Let me
you
see.
really got to do is, join the based and get two cameras.
I could do that, but I am poor, so that's gonna have to be a stretch goal.
Yeah, I understand. I'm using my second camera that you see right now is my old only 720p. Like it's pretty outdated now. It still works for a secondary camera though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
So nice to meet you, man. Sorry that when you hit me up on Discord I wasn't too familiar.
no, it's fine. I'm not Vosh big or anything. I just have a couple thousand followers on Twitch. But I my chat has been telling me to talk to you for a very, very long time. And for the longest time, I didn't want to bother you because I didn't know what we would talk about really.
Mm-hmm.
We largely agree on most everything, so I don't have anything to debate against you. But I do really admire your way of engaging with online politics and how if you're proven wrong on something, you'll admit it and you'll like change your opinion accordingly. So I think that's really admirable.
Thanks, man.
Um,
I appreciate that.
and then yeah, and I also think that you have a really good way of engaging with centrists and conservatives in a way that a lot of sock dims and lefties don't know how to do. So
Thanks.
that's like one thing that we could talk about, just like how to talk to people like they're human beings. And
I
then
don't always
some
do that.
hey, but it's something that we probably know how to do better than other people that just immediately think that if you voted for a Republican, then you're a Nazi, right?
Well, of course, yeah. Always
Yeah,
looking at that with a little bit more nuance is good. I heard you're going to be talking to Lauren Southern tomorrow.
yeah. Uh, I know her producer, and I messaged Lauren, and my goal really is that since it seems like so many people are going up against Lauren, and when they go up against Lauren, she runs back to that's what I did in the past. Can't you argue with my positions now? But it seems like all of her positions still kind of line up with what she used to believe, at least so far as I've been able to tell so far. People just kind of look silly when they go up there and try and argue, and then, oh, that was in the past. So I want to get what her beliefs are, you know,
Right,
recorded out on the table. Everybody knows what they are. People stop looking stupid when they argue against her, right?
right.
Um, so people were telling me that you've had interactions with Lauren in the past. What are your,
I
I
debated
guess, like
her
your,
on LGBT stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
That debate
Where do
was
you think she is on like the political spectrum?
I I honestly I don't know. I kind of want to have another conversation with her at some point. I can definitely appreciate that she seems to be genuinely putting thought into her positions. It doesn't sound like usually anyone that's willing to debate has to have put some level of thought into their positions. That's why usually the dumbest like chuckle fucks like TheQuartering don't actually show up to debate
Mhm.
because they don't
Yeah.
actually think that deeply about shit. But when I think that Lauren Southern does think deeply about her positions. I don't think that she's just regurgitating right wing stuff. I'm not sure. It kind of depends what you're going to be debating her on.
Um, I really,
Is it going to be a debate
I
or a convo?
it's going to be a conversation. I feel pressured to go hard on her since she's the queen of the alt right or whatever. But the actual goals that I have, I don't think line up with any kind of debate like that. So I'm gonna have to fight the urge to argue
Do
with
you
her.
debate?
Oh yeah, I do debate.
Okay.
I primarily I debate. So that's also why I have to fight the urge because I do just like arguing with people all the time. But yeah,
Well,
so
maybe that's okay though. to argue with her.
Well,
It's a,
sure,
I
but
guess, what's your end goal here?
yeah, my end goal again is because I keep on seeing people make the same mistake in their debates with her right now, after her big comeback, where they're attacking her on things that she said in the past, and she always has this defense like, "Oh, well, that's stuff that I used to believe," right?
Hmm.
Um, it doesn't seem like anyone. I keep on asking people. Nobody seems to know exactly where she actually is, right? Some people are saying that she's still a Nazi, like 100% still believes everything that she used to, and she's just trying to rebrand. And then there
Hmm.
are people that are more aligned with her and saying that she's much more moderate now, while she's not like a lefty by any means, but she is like more of like a moderated, like conservative
She
Republican
kind
esque.
of is a little bit more of like a Tim Pool almost type now. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, I think that I don't think that she's like white nationalist type anymore, what she definitely used to be. Um, I think that I would put her more in the sort of like Tim Pool centrist, right? Like
Hmm.
kind of thing where it's like you claim to be centrist moderate, but most of your positions are pretty right wing stuff. So, um, yeah, it's I'll be honest, it's I don't know how many debates you do. I usually try to pick one topic ahead of time so I can really
Hmm.
focus on that because but I guess since you're not looking for a debate, it sounds like you're looking for more of like just a genuine good faith combo to learn what she really believes. But are you
Yeah.
going to be ready to challenge her if she says something like dumb?
Yeah, I have a fair amount of like generalized knowledge that I can push back on things that she says. If um I think that perhaps the best way to go about this is to have a specific list of things. It's like, do you still believe this? Like the most pernicious beliefs that she used to have, right?
Hmm.
Ask her if she still believes those things. If she doesn't, where does she lie now? Is she more moderated, or is she completely, um, renounced that position? Uh, that sort of thing. And if she still believes in it, then maybe I have some more stuff lined up to like push back on that.
Well,
But
she's
I feel
probably
like
going to say
yeah.
she doesn't believe that stuff anymore is my guess.
See, but that's kind of what I think is the goal is to have her say, these are the things that I believe. These are like, have her lay those things out so she can't run back on them later on. There's some evidence, like some video evidence that people can refer back to saying, you said 2 months ago, this is what you believe, but now you're saying that you don't believe that anymore. Right. Um,
Hmm.
that's the mistake that I keep on seeing people make with her.
And then she just keeps on saying, "Well, that's what I used to believe, but I don't believe that
Yeah.
anymore."
Yeah.
Even if it's only like 2 months old.
Well, I don't think that I've seen anyone there's not enough stuff of hers out there that is her defending older takes or something like that. Most of the stuff that she's talked about recently have just been like BLM, January 6th, stuff like that. But there hasn't been anyone asking her specifically, these are things that you used to believe, and people keep on saying that you still believe them, do you? Right?
Hmm.
Um, so like the great replacement stuff, she says that she doesn't subscribe to the whole great replacement stuff, but she also had a conversation the other day where someone challenged her on it and she was defending the whole conspiracy theory,
So
right?
what you need if you're going to do that and bring it up to her, then you
Yeah.
should have like those clips ready
Mhm.
to show her because if you think that she's going to say that she doesn't believe that anymore, then you need to be ready to challenge her and be like, "Okay, that's fine if you don't believe that anymore, but I'm a little confused because in this podcast you said this." And it's always good if you have the exact clip because that puts her in a position where she can't run away from the question if that's what you're afraid of.
Yeah. So I guess that's what I'm going to spend the rest of the evening on, uh, is getting all of the clips and quotes ready. Um, let me see here. The when you were much more conservative than you are now, were you watching Lauren Southern? I actually don't know if you were.
I was kind of a fan of hers, yeah, but
Mm.
to be fair, I was kind of like a simp for her. That was kind of it.
Yeah.
I didn't actually I was young, I was younger, I was immature, I was a single guy. I was
Yeah.
conservative. She was kind of like the hot conservative blonde. I don't know. It was cringy for the
No,
most
I
part.
understand.
I did consider myself kind of like an ex fan because I was genuinely like a fan of her content because I subscribed to her and everything. And I remember um when she had the falling out with Patreon. She got kicked off Patreon back in like 2017, I think. So I would have still been very right wing. And I remember I like sent her a PayPal then to like help out or whatever. So I
Mhm.
was kind of a fan, but I didn't like consume her content a lot. And that was primarily because I didn't really consume a lot of anyone's content then.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I so that the reason I ask is because um you said that she was definitely a white nationalist before, and I was gonna ask if you had like seen specifically her say like
Well, maybe I
Europe
should
for the Europeans or
yeah, maybe I should fucking back that one up too a little bit and say it's my understanding that she used to be definitely far like much more far right beforehand. But again, you're going to want to look into all this shit because like I'm saying off my like what I remember or what I'm pretty sure of. If I was actually in your position and was going to talk to Lauren Southern about these things, I would be making sure that I looked into all that and shit. But the thing is also remember if you're arguing with somebody about their personal experience, in this case it's going to be you're arguing with Lauren about her personal brand almost, right?
yeah.
So that puts you in a really tough position. It automatically does. And that doesn't mean that you can't have a good conversation because I think that you can. It's
Mm,
just that it gives her the ability to virtually say anything because well, like she could say something and be like, "Yeah, well, the press didn't report it accurately. This is what really happened," and you have no way of pushing back on that. Like, because I
right.
mean, she
That's
might even be right. She might not be. You don't, but we don't know.
Yeah, I was going to specifically try and stay away from some of the like the craziest things because when I first scheduled this, I've watched like I think like 20 hours of Lauren Southern content in the past month. I hate it.
Is there
Um
stuff that you like heavily disagree with that she
uh,
says?
I mean, most of the stuff about immigration, I
Hmm.
disagree with what she says there.
I got you.
And trans issues. I'm like super left. So,
I
um,
heavily disagree with her on the trans issues too.
yeah.
Make sure I was gonna ask too. This is kind of aside the point. I'll sorry to cut you off here, but did you are you at all like versed in like methodology or studies and like how research is conducted? Because when we began arguing, when I debated her, it took a little bit of an unexpected turn, which was very much down in the weeds of like your methodology of your study had a small sample size, therefore it's invalid. Like it was really slippery, kind of dumb shit, right? But that was just kind of a side thing.
Yeah,
I would make sure
I
that.
if I was to get into a conversation with her about where we're throwing studies around at each other, I've already like fucked up the entire conversation, I think. If it gets to that point, then the entire point that I went into that conversation with, or the goal that I had going
Mm-hmm.
into that conversation, is now completely fucked.
So what would
So
it look like if it was your perfect? What
my
was your
perfect
perfect
thing, yeah,
conversation would look like?
my perfect conversation would be like super chill, just a conversation where we're not necessarily arguing with each other. We're just like, okay, so like, I don't know exactly where you're coming from right now. I didn't really watch you back in the day. I've only kind of recently been into um, online politics like since 2020, early
Mm-hmm.
2020. So I didn't really know much about you other than you talked to Destiny once or twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like everyone now doesn't really know where you're at. So I have a couple of things here that people say about you. Like you can tell us if you still agree with these things, if you don't agree with these things, why you things, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And just kind of go down the list. And if she were to say something, oh man, I think that really like in terms of it
It's
might cause her to like not be as honest as she would be if I was just chill with her, you know?
Yeah, you don't want to be. I mean, especially if you have extended the invite as let's have a conversation,
Yeah.
interview style, whatever thing. Like, I think that that would probably be fine. I mean, you're probably going to get criticism though for like platforming her.
Yeah, I've already dealt with that in my Discord plenty. There have been people that have been angry at me, but I don't think that there's if I have an ultimate goal of people stopping going into conversations with her and getting blown the fuck out because they look like idiots, right? Um, like the serfs did at the end of that conversation where they just brought up all the things that.
I felt bad for that whole convo. You good? You're freezing up here.
Uh-oh.
Oh wait, there
Am
we
I
go.
am I good now? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was like locking up there for a second. That was weird. Sorry. Yeah, that whole convo was. Oh man,
It
I
was so painful,
it
dude.
was. Did you watch Destiny's review of it?
Um, I I think I watched part of it off stream. We were watching it that same day, and I was saying like, this is why I don't want to fucking publicly call myself a socialist anymore. Because you see people like Lance say like go through this conversation and can't even defend like a fairly easy like statement, right? Or make any concessions at all. And then you do that shit at the end. I'm just like embarrassed to be even like tangentially associated with
Right.
people like him. Yeah.
I mean I wouldn't go. I'm personally the Surfs has always been pretty friendly to me, and like I think that I don't really consume a lot of content. Like I don't really know what
I
his
don't need.
streams are like. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing though that he serves a general like something like he's good at like doing what he does, which is like the, shallow, funny, kind of easygoing shit, but he
Just
just
telling
shouldn't
the
do debates.
I super agree. Like in terms of debates, that's I've also had good interactions with the Surfs before, right? He raided into my charity stream. It was like a whole fun thing. I think he's a nice dude, but the debates, oh, they hurt.
Yeah, he just shouldn't do debates. And
Yeah.
it was weird because I've actually talked about this. I had a little convo with Destiny not too long ago, but a little bit about this too. But like, debate was one of those things that I too used to be really bad at, and I've had like some really embarrassing like flops also. Um, but I just wanted to debate. I wanted to be good at it. Like there was just something so appealing about being able. You still there?
Uh-oh. Yep.
Yeah, sorry. I think when it freezes, I think I'll still be able to hear you, but maybe I just
I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can like close out some
no.
internet tabs and see if that.
It's actually fine. I think that the audio is still going through. It's just the video's locking up a little bit. No, that's not a big deal at all. But yeah,
Gotcha.
don't worry about it. When it came to the debate stuff, it was just I'd had a lot of like public failures. I went on a Tim Pool and just didn't do very good at all, and it was just like something that even though I was really shitty at for a long time, I just really wanted to be good at. I thought it was so there's something like so appealing to like being able to rhetorically like effectively and deliver your message, right? Um
Yeah, I super agree. There's I'm probably not the best debater in the world, but I've had a bunch of debates where I think I've pretty soundly won, right? And
yeah.
most people would agree that I win most of the debates that I engage in, but I see other people, just kind of verbally eviscerate someone, and I'm just like, I could do that. I could fucking do that too.
I want
So,
exactly. Yeah, someone actually in Twitch chat says flurpderpins. Flurpderpins. You still suck at it. All right, why don't you come in my Discord, buddy, and we'll see. We'll have a little chat after this. All right, we'll see if I suck at debating then. But yeah, it was just it's something that really is just it's something I had to really put my mind to. I had to
mm,
like look past what I wanted to do and what I felt like was the right thing to do, and instead just put my mind to it. And since then, I feel like I've really been getting a lot better. I still am not great. I mean, I still have a long way to go, but I feel like I have definitely in the past couple months really carved out like a space for myself in like debating. I mean, some people already call me like the debate bro or whatever, but
Mm. Well,
I don't know.
if you wanna argue on the internet, they'll automatically say that because they don't want to engage with you.
Right.
So do you?
I'm by no means perfect. I still have a long way to go,
Yeah,
but I'm like I said, I'm no longer like abysmal, and I have like verbally smacked people around before, and it's really fun.
yeah. So when you get into debates, do you like the debates where you have ample prep time and you have studies and you like throw the studies back and forth? Because I've seen one or two of your debates that people have linked me to watch on stream, and I hate that shit. I hate having to go through, like, if I feel like if we get to the point where we have to throw studies at each other, then it's already a different kind of debate.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, if your goal here is more of a again like more of a conversation slash interview, then that might be the better direction to take it. It just depends on what the goal going into it is. Does that make sense? Oh wait, I think it actually froze up this time.
My end. Uh-oh.
Oh, it froze up again. You know what? You can just turn off your camera. We can just keep talking on audio.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries. Um, I yeah.
But like in general, I don't like the kind of conversations where I have to, even um, in a setting like outside of the Lauren, would rather have a conversation where,
It still seems to be cutting out quite a lot. Maybe I should try hanging up and calling back. Yeah, it's I can't hear anything. Hello?
test, test, test.
All right, I have no idea if that's someone if that's on my end or on your end. I'm sorry.
Yeah, people in my chat are saying that it's buttery smooth over here,
Huh.
but
Maybe it may have just been a glitch because we were using video before. Hopefully
yeah.
that just hanging up and recalling works. But yeah, the thing is like when you're doing the research for the debate, I
Mm.
always make sure that I have some empirical grounding because that's what really solidifies my position. And so it sort of depends wholly on like the type of debate and who I'm going to be debating. So like do I want a lot of prep time? Sometimes. Sometimes no, right? Like if I'm talking to for example, when I debated Lawrence Southern, there was a lot of prep time there. I wanted
Yeah.
prep time because I knew that was going to be big and I wasn't as comfortable debating then, which even though it was only a couple months ago, I wasn't as comfortable debating at all then. So I wanted there to be a lot more prep time. But as I've gotten more comfortable being in like confrontational conversations and like I said, putting my mind to it, learning like what it means to be rhetorically effective while also like having a solid argument and how it like works, having a good argument versus actually delivering that in the flow of a debate. Once you start to like kind of get that shit down, it gets a lot easier. So now for me, if it's prep time, it only depends on the subject, not on who I would be debating. So like if Lauren Southern wanted to debate me right now on whether or not conservatives are censored by big tech and they're out to get conservatives, I'd probably be fine having that conversation because I already know like enough data points and enough of my position there that I could just debate it on the fly. But if it was a subject I wasn't familiar with, then I'd absolutely want some time to make sure that I had my like argument fleshed out.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I um I think that the kind of conversations that I like in general are more, I guess, like the philosophical side of issues, or like why we ought to do something even outside of any data. Just like what is the morally correct thing to do. Those are the conversations I enjoy the most.
Okay.
Um,
So you're
yeah.
more on the philosophical end of things, which is funny because I'm actually on the totally opposite end. I'm very uh bad at like arguing philosophical shit, whereas for me, I'm much better at like the arguing the practical arguments.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. I find that people that are on the edge of being convinced of a better position, right? Um, they if you hit them with the more philosophical side of things and then
Mm-hmm.
back it up with data rather than, say the data says this and lead with that. I think that that generally speaking brings more people over, but I don't know if you have a different experience with that.
Well, yeah, I the
Yeah.
thing is that I'm only saying, well, yeah, I wouldn't lead with the data says this, study says this, you're wrong kind of thing. I
Mhm.
used to do that a lot more when I wasn't as good. But now I understand that data kind of comes secondary, and then how you deliver your argument holistically is more important. But the thing is you should have solid data to back the fuck up what you're saying at the end of it. So even if you're not going to lead with like my study says this, it's really good if you're already making a lot of ground debating someone, and then you kind of hit them with, not to mention there's this study that says this, and then you get to hit them with how they're like empirically incorrect.
Mm. Yeah, I guess I agree with that. Um, let me. I'm sorry. I gotta hide my chat because I just get distracted. They're not even saying anything bad.
It's
I'm just
okay if they
dumb.
are.
No, no, no. They like you. I'm just I'm just incredibly ADHD. So
I got you, don't worry.
yeah. So yeah, I guess like for the rest of my stream, I'm just gonna gather the evidence I need to like have that conversation. I don't want to like sit there and just like gotcha unless I get that opportunity, in which case I will. But it's mostly just going to be a reconnaissance mission in terms of getting the positions down.
Right.
Um, Let me see what else
That makes
can I
sense,
talk
yeah.
about that people have told me to talk to you for months.
Damn. I didn't know
I
he's
mean,
so popular.
I mean, half of my chat are Vosh fans and half of my chat are Destiny fans, and so they both tell me to talk to you for different reasons.
You got a lot
Um,
of based followers, it sounds like. It's funny because Vosh and Destiny are like, have their like little love hate relationship, but then it's
yeah,
like, I literally love both of them. So I'm just like, I'm just on the sidelines. I'm like, I respect
I'm the same
Vosh.
way.
I
I
appreciate his
think that they're
rhetoric. I appreciate
yeah
Destiny. I think that he has really good arguments, and I like the way that he like reasons through things. Um, I like both of them for different reasons, and usually when I debate, I end up sort of taking a little bit from both of them almost, which I try to take the better elements, but
yeah. No, I agree. I think that I agree with Destiny more times than I agree with Vosh, but I think that Vosh's way of speaking is fucking fantastic. I wish I had that kind of rhetorical skill, but
right. I know it's funny.
yeah,
I've noticed that like even if he's talking about something like somewhat mild or mundane or whatever, I just find myself like very engrossed in like what he's saying. Like almost like there are times I'm just listening to like every word he's saying, like kind of like, all right, where's he going with this? I'm interested. It just he has a way of delivering what he's saying that like maximizes making it sound interesting. I don't know. It's really cool.
yeah, I think so too. Um,
But I would agree with you too that I I don't know. I think that like I do agree with Destiny ultimately on like the social democracy side of things. I'm definitely way more with Destiny there than I am on like the commie side of shit.
yeah,
Like I'm overwhelmingly on Destiny's side with his like anti-lefty arc. Um
I've been getting majorly lib pilled. I hate to say it because I feel like I'm giving the communists who have been railing against me for not being socialist enough what they want, but like at the same time they're fucking insane. And so
it's
I
just a what the problem is it's just la la land at this point. It's like I feel like anyone anytime can just like hypothesize about this perfect world that could exist where the workers are like owned everything and everything's perfect and no one actually has to work or what like You can do that all
Mhm.
day, but it just seems like communism is so ridiculously out of grasp that it almost always comes off as like LARPy when I hear people talk about communism, because I'm like, that's great that you have like your long-term goal, but what's your goal right now? What are you going to do to make things
Yeah.
better now?
That's the problem that I like ultimately has kind of pushed me away from um calling myself a socialist, because I think that there's like long-term goals that we can all talk about in terms of like, it'd be nice if people were able to like, you know, self-actualize because, the means of production are owned by the workers and stuff like that, but there's no real plan how to get there, and all the people that are like most invested in socialism don't like any of the ideas that would most likely get them to that end point, unless it
Right.
results in literally lynching every rich person.
Right,
So
exactly. It's ridiculous. I just had a little discussion with Shoe on Head not too long ago about the guillotine memes and on how I really don't like them and how I find them to be like kind of similar to a lot of the alt-right dog whistling kind of shit. And
yeah, we watched that.
oh, you did.
I yeah, I ended up mostly agreeing with you on it, and I felt like there were some defenses uh that could be made on Shu's side, but I she didn't
She's not.
she
She
didn't give them.
wasn't a debater, and
Yeah,
it's okay.
yeah.
Like that's part of the reason too. That's another thing I would say is, and you probably know this is probably kind of fucking obvious, but hey, maybe for my chat if they want to know, definitely, you know, like adapt how you go into the discussion and how you approach the discussion depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah, meet them where they're at.
Right, exactly. Because I know if like I was like, no, you're wrong, blah, 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 and like going debate pro on like Shoe on Head, it would make me look stupid. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's just, you just got to figure it out.
Yeah, I like ultimately I ended up siding with your arguments on that, because it just, that is what the joke is saying. But the only pushback that I would say is that I think that these things are probably less damaging. We don't see um any terrorist attacks against Jeff Bezos happening.
Not
But
yet.
I also find, yeah, I mean, not yet, but I do think that like it's largely LARPy, and I don't think that it's uh, achieving any of this worker solidarity that people say that it is. I think the thing that people care about most is, just,
They just care about
kind of,
looking cool with their friends. That's what it
yep.
seems like.
So,
Yeah. Well, dude, I look forward to hearing how it goes. I'm not sure I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow. So I don't know if I'll be watching your thing live. Although that would be kind of
mm.
fun to do. What time are you talking to her?
I need to shoot a message to Samantha Banana, her producer, but when I find out, I'll definitely shoot you a message.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, good luck. Is there anything else you wanted to chat about?
Um, I don't know. To the people in my chat that have been asking me to talk to Hunter for the past, I don't know, do y'all have anything that y'all want me to ask him or talk to him about? Let's see here.
Uh-oh.
Open chat back up from where I hid it from myself. Oh, I guess they've been arguing with Brittany from Politically Provoked in my chat.
Oh, is Brittany from Politically Provoked in your chat?
Yeah,
She's
I
such
guess
a
they're.
fucking idiot. Hey, Brittany, do you want to come over on my Discord and we can talk? I'm sorry for being mean and calling you a fucking idiot. I'll be nicer if we talk. Um,
Yeah, I mean, if you
other
want, I
advice:
can.
don't insult the person you want to talk to right off the bat. Although I really am bad at doing that. But Brittany,
Yeah,
I'd be happy to chat with you sometime. I just
I mean, if you
apparently she
want, I can.
wasn't she red pilled, quote unquote, by
Uh,
like
yeah, Mio.
the Mio. How do you get red pilled by an anime weeb? The Timmy question? You know you
It.
can
I
fucking
still
look.
don't understand it. I still
I
don't know what the
do.
Timmy Torsion
I
is. Is it just
understand it.
bullying?
It's all it is it's just a hypothetical thing to trap you in something so that you can't actually argue the facts. And the facts of the matter are, if you look at it again, my favorite word, empirically, if you look at it from that perspective, you can see that racial acceptance is growing. We're not going to actually live in a world where they're divided and suddenly it's the white people who are segregated. That's not going to happen. You can literally look at Pew Research studies and see how racial diversity is increasing, equality is growing. We can look at the trends here. No trends are indicating that that is a future that's ever going to exist. That's the answer to the little Timmy question.
What is the little Timmy question? I that's the part that I keep on getting fucked up on.
The
Is it
little
literally
Timmy
just
question
like
is
if
if
my
there's
kid is yeah.
it's like what are you going to do if your little kid is being if your son is being bullied in the classroom for being white or something
Yeah.
like so I don't know how that red pills you. All right, unless you're already in a place where you're not the most deep in thought. No offense, Brittany. Um but yeah, no.
I have barely a bridge left with Brittany at this point after everything that went down with the whole politically provoked crew.
I don't
But
even know all the drama. All I know is that apparently, allegedly, she was red pilled by Mayo, and if you get red pilled by an anime weeb, then we need to have a fucking combo.
that has never
Because
won a debate in his life.
I know, did you had to have watched his debate with Destiny, right?
Yeah, I mean, I debated him on the exact same topics before that multiple times. I said all the same things as Destiny did. He didn't have an answer then, and then he never thought about it in the interim between my conversation with him and Destiny's conversation. It was
Hunter
just
got
like,
dumped on. Someone in my chat said Hunter got dumped on by Big Papa Fascist. He has hard feelings over politically provoked. Honestly, that was more of a blood sports debate. Admittedly, I didn't really know how to do well in debates then, so I probably didn't do very good. Especially, I wasn't very rhetorically effective or anything. But I don't have hard feelings over politically provoked. I rather think it's silly to get red pilled by such a obviously like joke of a hypothetical. Um, and what would you do if your kid was in that situation? Call the school and say to stop fucking bullying your school
don't let
based
them,
on
yeah.
race. That's a violation of the law. Like, is critical race theory going to undermine the entire law? Is that what's going to happen? Just treating people equally is going to go out the window, and that's like what. I want to ask this kid when we're talking about the little Timmy question, how are we going to get to that point? Let's go there first.
Yeah, I love the conversations that come out of the politically provoked crowd because they're such, just kind of silly on their face hypotheticals, but that's I guess what you would get out of a community like that. Um I I talked to Vosh and Brittany last night on my stream because my mod Christian.
Oh, you talked to Brittany and Vosh? Did Vosh talk to Brittany at all?
Yeah, I they just gave me here. I can send you a timestamp because it was A+ content, and if you just want to sit there and react to Brittany get verbally destroyed,
Oh,
uh,
did she actually get wrecked?
oh, I kind of just let Christian work his magic because he has a background in debate, like policy debate or something like that. And so he just kind of sat there and talked to her, and she admitted that Groypers are Nazis, except they have a mask on, and it was very, very, it was very good. So,
I can't believe
yeah,
she
if you,
actually engaged in a debate. What was it like? Oh my god.
it
Vosh,
was
stop being so
your
mean. I'm just trying to
it
go to
was it was
Sephora.
it was like you're trying to trap me right now. You're trying to trap me. I can see what you're doing. What am I doing? Do you not agree with what I'm saying? You can just say that you don't agree. I can see what you're doing though, And if you say that someone's doing debate tactics, then you're conceding that you
So
can't.
wait, Vosh debated her?
At the end, yeah, after the first initial contact between Christian and Brittany, Vosh was just in chat and he jumped on and we talked for a little bit. And at the end of the VOD, then she's in chat with Vosh and me and Christian and two or three other people.
So it's Christian that really roasts her, it sounds like.
Yeah. I at a certain point, I just kind of
How long is it?
sat back. I don't know. They gave me the timestamp,
Yeah,
and so it's
740.
yeah. So I don't know how long it is, but you can skip around on it if you want to. It's very funny, like 100% of the way through. And she stays in chat the entire time, and Maud's there, and then she comes back, and yeah. So Good memes all around.
I'll have to check that out. Hunter is a
Yeah.
sexist. Oh my god. All right, mods, ban this guy. Thank you. Um. All right, man. Well, hey, good luck
Hunter's a
tomorrow.
sexist base as fuck. Well, sorry. Um, yeah, thanks, man.
Femoids.
I'll shoot you a message when when I'm supposed to have that conversation, and
Yeah,
yeah, and hopefully it goes well.
I
Thanks
think it's
for
gonna
the
go.
conversation, dude.
Yeah, man, it's gonna go good. Thanks for having me on. Have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, catch you later.
See you. All right, I will be right back. I gotta go pee really quick. Hunter's blasting a dookie right now. No. Since people always come into his chat saying things about him and are clearly not sure they know it. Hello? Hello. Wait,
Yeah,
hold on.
can you hear me? What's up?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Is audio okay or no?
Yeah, the audio sounds fine. So you want to debate me
Okay.
about my current channel or the state
Yeah,
of my channel?
yeah, I would like to just preface this conversation. If you Okay, so I'm a former fan of yours. Back in 2015,
Oh,
I got really interested in your channel ever since you put out that video, The Truth About Transgenders,
okay.
and I've been subscribed ever since. And uh and I stopped watching your content about like 2017-ish.
Okay.
Um and and I recently started watching your content because I really wanted to know where you were, and and it was, and at that time, you did the whole debate with Walsh, so I saw you, and leaving the right and all that stuff. So that was somewhat of a big shocker to me, and I've been watching your content ever since. So I want to really talk to you about a few things, what I've seen as a former fan of yours, so we can go from there.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So so where should we begin? Okay, so just overall, the big picture here, I guess. I've noticed that your content has been getting really, really bad lately.
So are we going
And
to talk
that's
about the quality of my content, or do you actually want to
yeah,
talk about like
the
or do you want to talk
quality.
about the arguments made?
We can do both, but I just first want to say that the
Well, I'm
quality,
not.
like you
No
went from
offense, I'm not. I appreciate it. I'm not.
yeah,
I'm doing more live stream stuff now, so yeah, the quality
right.
isn't going to be as like
That's exactly
1080p
that.
skit
Yeah,
kind of shit. But that's the direction I want to take the channel in
yeah,
now.
that's
So
that's exact. Yeah, that's what I want to address. So you
so
went from
but it doesn't
well, can
matter.
I
I
just
don't.
say?
Yeah, it's just fine. It's just we can go on to the next thing. Let's actually focus
Well,
on
I just
the
want to
arguments you
say,
disagree with me on.
okay, well, we can get to that, but I just wanted to just say you went because I want the audience to know, like maybe because they didn't see your older content the way I did in 2015. And you used to do scripted videos. I know it probably took a while. I did some video stuff myself, not the scale you did, but it's minor stuff, and it takes a long time to do quality videos. And I know that now it's more like you did React channel, like you made yourself a React channel after you left Right, and ever since then,
No,
like
I really
you just
didn't. People
stream.
called me a
Yeah, you did.
No, people called me a React channel when I was on the right as well.
Yeah, it was
My
React, but it
content
was
was
political.
my
That's the
content was
difference.
hold on. My content was always reacting. Well, not always, but more or less reacting to other
Okay,
shit.
dude,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So it was political. You were doing conservative stuff, but then it became really apolitical. You made your whole second channel. It was all about non-political stuff, like a man grows a penis on his hand, stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about, dude. Don't
Okay,
try to like
wait,
make it
So
like
some of my content got a little bit apolitical. My
yeah,
content is still
and then
overwhelmingly political.
yeah, now it is because I guess you were trying to figure out your whole stuff, your whole setup and everything, which I understand. It probably takes a while for you to understand what you're doing and all that stuff. Now moving forward, that you left to right, but I'm just saying, when you were doing that stuff, it was really, really, really bad, and now it's just live
No,
streams.
I
So
highly disagree with you
you
actually.
disagree with that? You
Yeah,
think that let's
100%.
okay,
Going through
well then
my
let's
starting my debate arc has been phenomenal. I've
Well,
really
I'm not
enjoyed
talking
debating
about that.
people.
I'm not talking about that. We gotta stick to what we're talking about here. I'm talking about specifically the the content that after you left to right,
Wait,
and
you
the
mean on my
apolitical stuff,
second channel?
stuff like that. But you
Okay, no,
posted
I'm
some of
not.
that
No,
stuff.
no, 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 no. I'm telling you right now, we're not going to go over the content on my second channel. It's on my second
No, but
channel for a
some of it was
reason.
on your main.
Yeah,
Some of it was on your
some
main.
of it was
Okay.
apolitical stuff that I thought would be funny to put on my
Yeah,
main.
like
That's it.
Lely Pons or the whole
Oh
whatever,
yeah,
right?
the Lele Pons thing when I
Yeah,
went over
yeah.
the Gabby
Okay,
Hanna stuff.
you know
That,
you know what I'm
in fact,
talking
those
about.
videos
You know what I'm talking
actually,
about.
yeah, I do, and those videos got a hell of a lot of views, especially
Yeah,
considering the
well,
state of my channel
but
at the time.
at first it was like 40K, all that stuff. So I've seen your channel, dude. I've seen your channel. Don't try to pretend like it was the old
So
the
what
best.
do you
And it
have to
speaks
add
for
to this
itself.
conversation? Are you here just to tell me my
Well,
content sucks, or are you here
I
to
have a
say
lot to
what
add.
you
I have a
actually
lot to
think
add,
would be
but
better?
I want to do this point by point. I don't want to just skip, like you
I
always do,
don't
because
want
you
to do
tend to
this
do
point
that.
by point because I don't know why I need to
Well, we
listen to
can
you. Hold on. I don't know why I need to listen to you poking through each individual video I've made saying this one
because
sucks
I'm a
and this one
viewer.
sucks.
Because I'm a viewer, dude. You know that, right? I was there from
Just if you're a
2015
viewer
and
doesn't give
onward.
you
I
authority
can
to tell me how
well,
to run my
okay,
channel or which
okay,
videos are
okay.
good or bad.
Okay, well, if that's the case, well, then that's why people leave. You know that, right? That's why a lot of people left because the quality wasn't there. That was my greater point, and that's why I want to make it. I want to take this step by step. The content was shit, and that's why a lot of people left. It wasn't just because they were right. You left the right and all that stuff. A lot of people leave because you're a right winger. I
Then
mean,
how come one of my
you were
I
a
have a
former right
question for you.
winger.
Then how
Yeah,
come
go ahead.
then how come the videos that seemed to drive down my subscribers and lost me the most subscribers were the ones that where I was fighting with right wingers and denouncing right wing ideas, and then the videos that actually gained me subscribers were more the apolitical stuff?
I don't know what you're referencing right now.
Well,
All the
I do
apolitical
because I
stuff
have
was
this
the
little thing.
reason.
Hold on, because I have this little thing called the analytics where I'm able to actually
Go
look and
ahead.
see. Yeah, I'm able to see which videos have added subscribers and which have decreased.
So you're saying so you're saying the apolitical stuff is the reason why your channel is growing? Because all I seen was
No,
the
I'm
sub
saying
count
that
was
the
declining. So
apolitical
what are you
content,
saying
like
right
the
now?
Lele Pons one, and specifically the Gabby Hanna video,
So two
actually did
videos.
better on my channel, and the
So two
Pixar
videos.
triggers everyone video. That one
So
did
two
better too.
videos. So three videos. And all the let's talk about also the
Those were apolitical
what's it,
videos.
the cuties as well. Okay, well, okay. Well,
Oh
you got
yeah,
a few
that wasn't
videos
even
that
it.
were so
Wait, the
good.
cuties thing was not apolitical.
Well, it's kind of apolitical. It's pop culture.
It
It's not
was
really
on
like
like,
left or right.
I mean,
Okay, well, look.
I
Everybody
guess,
agrees
but it
pedos are
definitely
bad.
had
Everybody
political
agrees
undertones.
pedos are bad. Okay, everybody agrees that. Okay, it's not political. Okay, don't think that that's
So enough
political.
of you telling me what you don't like. What are you trying to add to this? Go ahead.
Okay, so so that was the main point. Is that I wanted to say that it wasn't just the fact that you're right now a leftist or whatever, or supposedly a centrist, whatever you call yourself these days. I don't even know. But it's just that
You
people
sound
leave
like a really
because you're
educated viewer.
well, like I said, I watched your videos ever since that whole I left the right thing. So I really yeah,
Really, because if that was
I
true, I'm
am
pretty sure you would know what I would consider what I consider myself politically.
no, I mean I'm just no the point of that was that you always switch whatever you conveniently label yourself depending on who you're talking to and whatever, right? That
Really?
was the point. Well, you
Could
called
you?
yourself centrist at first, and then all your social politics were far left. Okay, and I saw that, and that was the beginning when you were
Well, I have some
transitioning
far
from the
left
right.
social politics, but I
Yeah,
also
so you're not really a centrist, are you?
no. Well, that's why
So
if
what does
you
that even?
actually hold on, stop, because if you actually viewed my content, which I'm not sure you actually did,
Oh,
but
really?
if you actually viewed my content, you would know that I consider myself a social democrat, which
Yeah, I know you're
actually
so
is
you
quite holistic with what I've said earlier, which when I call myself a centrist, right, especially on an online sense, leftists,
What does that mean? What does that
which
mean in an
what
online
it
sense?
means
What does
that
that mean?
it means that in the real world, right, outside of this terminally online world that we're all doomed to live in, people would probably consider social democrats, my position, a leftist position. But when it comes to online stuff, leftists are usually like communists and socialists, and social democrats are more considered centrists. And
Okay, so
also,
according
granted,
to
hold
you,
on, and also, granted, at the time, I was more centrist because I didn't consider myself a communist and identify with that far left shit. But I also hadn't really established much of an economic position yet either. So, now that I understand my economic position a little bit better, I'm confident in calling myself a social democrat. I've been pretty
okay,
consistently doing that now for like months on end. I don't know.
okay, Mr. Freethinker, tell me why all your points are exactly identical to Vosh's, except minus the economic ones. Let's get to that.
How are they all identical to Vosh's?
Every single talking point you ever said, because I watch Vosh too from time to time, and they're the same thing. It's every time he like for example the Hassan Abi thing, he buys a $3 million house or $2 million. You say you don't care. When it comes to the LGBT stuff,
I didn't
it's
even watch
identical.
Vosh's thing on
Oh
Hassan's
really?
house.
Which is
Did
why
you wait? Did you see the
conveniently you have.
conversation where I talked to Vosh about it? And I specifically said I don't
I don't
really.
think I did.
I specifically
On
said I don't really care, but I can see it both
yeah.
ways. I think you could make arguments against it
Yeah,
and in favor of it.
which is
That's
another way of saying you agree with Vosh. I don't
no,
really
it's
care.
not.
Okay,
It's not at all. Also,
how
me
are
and
you gonna be
Vosh,
dishonest?
wait. Why
Because
don't you go
you're
and
so dishonest.
listen? Why don't you be like, tell the truth for once and be a good little viewer and go watch the
Why are you
video?
so condescending to your former fans?
Because
This
you're
is why
being a
people hate
dick
you as
right now.
well.
What do you mean? Why
I'm
am I
being a dick.
condescending?
I can be on your Discord, right?
Yeah, you're allowed to be in my
You allowed
Discord.
me. Okay,
Yes,
you allowed me on, right?
but hold
So
on.
this is
Can
what
I?
I want to talk about. Can your fans critique you, or is it all just whatever you want to say and you can be condescending to them? People don't like when their creators are assholes to the viewers and to
People
former
don't like
fans,
when
and that's
You
why
know what
people left
creators
you.
don't like when they
That's
work
why
really
people
hard
left
on
you.
shit and then they have to deal with viewers who are assholes. Did you ever think about that?
Yeah, well,
Did you ever think how you're just here
but you
being a
alienated everybody.
consumer?
But you alienated
But I'm actually
everyone,
out here
dude.
doing the grind,
All your
man.
right wing. Well, but and you fell back because all your content shit now. That's what happened, and you
Okay.
stopped grinding. You stopped
So here's
grinding.
this
Your
video right
content's
here
shit.
where I spoke with Vosh recently called I Disagree, Talking with Vosh. And where me and Vosh, now, yes, it is a respectful conversation. Me and Vosh are quite friendly with each other. That's I'm not going to deny that. But we also go through here and talk about generally some of the positions that we disagree on. He disagreed with my take on Shoe on Head and the guillotine memes, and I disagreed with his take on Shoe on Head and the guillotine memes.
Okay, big pictures, dude. Big pictures. You agree with him on all social policy.
Wait.
Okay,
It's just I thought
stuff.
that you said I thought that you said that everything that I believe
You
is
know,
just
you
like
know
a
what
copycat
I mean.
of Vosh's,
You know
right?
what I mean, but you know what I mean by that. You do speak English. You know what I mean when I say that.
No,
Does that mean every identical thing? Are you really gonna take every single?
Well, why
thing
don't you give me an
literally?
example instead of making broad
I already
arguments
told
if you don't
you.
want me to take your claim
Well, I already
broadly?
told you. I already told you. The Hassan Abi thing is one.
I didn't
Every
even
time
watch
there's-
Vosh's video before that, and I talked to him about that on
and
here,
all of
so
a sudden,
that's doesn't count. Next.
that doesn't count. The fact that Vosh says he doesn't care if he buys a $2 million house, and the fact that you don't care as well. Really, that's not a coincidence at all. Let's talk about LGBT
Coincidence?
stuff.
I think
Well-
not. Are we doing
well,
the Incredibles
okay.
thing?
Okay,
This
well, let me list off a few other things then, if you're
Alright.
not convinced. Okay, on social policy, you're all for LGBT stuff. You're
Yep.
conveniently anti-populist, and Vosh is anti-populist. You hate Jimmy Dore,
I
and
didn't
Vosh
know.
hates Jimmy Dore.
I
Really?
argued with someone on Jimmy Dore about something completely different.
Yes, but you don't
Could it
like
also?
him.
Could it?
You don't
here's
like him.
here's a better question.
Do you like him? Answer my question. Do you like him?
Jimmy Dore, not particularly. No, I don't like
Why
him though
not?
because
Vosh said so. Yes.
no, because
yes,
I
that's
disagree
why.
with the claims that with the way that he treated Anna Kasparian in regards to the
Oh yeah.
sexual
of
harassment
course.
stuff.
Didn't
I had a
Vosh
debate
also
with-
talk about that? Vosh also talked about that, dude. I
Do
remember
you think
that
if there's
video.
just some overlap with some of our opinions, it
It's
doesn't?
not
really...
some overlap. It's everything, dude.
No,
it's almost everything.
You realize
Come
that
on.
you're saying because Vosh doesn't like someone like Jimmy Dore,
Okay,
and
then
I
why do you
also happen
talk
to
like
not
him?
like them for
Why
my
do you
own
talk like him?
reasons? What is that?
Why do you talk like Vosh?
Am I
Like
talking
you,
like Vosh
your
right now?
Your mannerisms. Well, when you preach, you do. Now you don't. When you preach, you do. You use the words like "holy shit," all that stuff.
That's a
That
Destiny thing, actually. I admit that I get that more from Destiny
Okay,
than Vosh.
but he says
Vosh
it
actually
differently. He
copied
says
that
it
more from
differently,
Destiny,
dude. He says
actually.
it differently. I know Vosh copied Destiny, but Vosh is not. At least he's not a carbon copy of Destiny. Vosh at least is like unique in a sense. At least unique in the sense.
I
that
can
he
hear you
has his
smiling
own-
in the mic. I think that you're here to troll me, man.
Oh,
Is
I'm
that
all
it?
of a sudden. Oh, you're gonna run away now, just like you ran away on the ML guy, Marxist Leninist, who totally destroyed you. I have nothing much to say, dude. I just wanted to say
It's just
that
funny
stuff
that you're
because
like
all
just.
the people.
It's just
the
weird
people
because you're
have
like a
already said-
viewer who's just here to like try to offer his humble critiques, but yet it sounds like you like absolutely
You don't want to talk.
despise me
You don't want to talk.
and side with people that absolutely despise me.
I don't. I
Well,
don't
no, it
despise
doesn't
you.
sound like you're actually
don't
trying to
despise
give
you.
any kind of good faith critique. You realize that just hold on. You realize
Really?
that I disagree,
Really?
and you realize that if we were going
Can
to
you
go
let
by
me speak for once?
no,
or no?
you've been
I
speaking plenty,
listed
my
off
friend.
a few.
I would like to
I
respond
listed-
really quickly. You realize that if I was going to be going based on carbon
don't
copy,
run away.
hold on. If I was going to carbon copy Vosh, okay, and just like people that Vosh likes and not like people that Vosh doesn't like, then why the fuck would I argue with Shoe on Head? Vosh and Shoe on Head are pretty chill. In fact, they've had really chill conversations. So why the hell would I suddenly put myself in a position where I could quote unquote burn the bridge with Shoe on Head?
What are you talking about? Vosh doesn't agree with Shu on Heather and everything. He criticizes her all the time. What are you talking about?
So okay, so wait, so am I copying Vosh now too because I'm criticizing someone that Vosh criticized?
No, I specifically, if you didn't listen, I specifically wanted to address the fact that you agree with Vosh's positions and the fact that you act like him from time
Well, let
to
me
time.
let
which
me
you do,
explain this.
Which
what
you
the-
do.
Okay, so let me explain some of this. Yes, of course I agree with some of Vosh's positions, and if
It's
some
not
of
some, most.
Hold on, excuse
Okay,
me.
be honest. Be
No,
honest.
no, I don't. He's a market
No.
socialist. That's a very huge.
That's what I specified in the beginning of this conversation.
That's a
on
massive
economics.
component of what he
Okay.
talks about. He's an anarchist.
That's
He
not.
talks
it's
about
not
getting rid of
really.
hierarchy.
He talks about
I talk about.
no.
I'm from a social democrat position. Me and him disagree on plenty. Okay, but anyway, when of course I
Okay,
have
one thing.
Hold on, really quickly. Of course, my arguments on trans people are going to be somewhat similar to Vosh's. Vosh is, after all, the person who convinced me on trans issues specifically. But not all of my arguments are carbon copied from Vosh. I find some of I find some of Vosh's arguments to be really good. Sometimes I use similar sounding arguments. Other times I come up with my very own arguments on the fly when I'm talking to dum-dums like you. So it's really quite
What have you negated in this conversation? Can you tell me what have you negated? Because I listed off like 10 different things you guys agree on, and all you can say is that I'm a dumb. You go to
No,
insults.
I've
Classic,
explained a
classic
bunch of stuff that we
untravelable.
don't agree
Classic.
on. I don't agree with him on market socialism. We don't
Okay,
agree on
one
the
thing. I already
guillotine memes.
prefaced.
We don't
I
agree.
prefaced that.
We don't agree on the guillotine meme thing. We obviously don't see eye to eye on Shoe on Head. We have our own reasons for disliking Jimmy Dore. You're saying that just
can you tell me specifically about policy or ideology? What do you disagree with him, except for economics? Because I already prefaced this conversation.
I mean,
just
if I agree with some of his social takes, does not make me a carbon copy.
Can you give me like
of him.
10? Can you give me like 10 things?
No, I can't. Nope.
No, you can't. No, because
Can you give me
because
10
it's
things,
identical.
please?
Because it's I already told you.
No, you didn't give me 10. You gave me like 2 or 3. Could you give me 10, please? I'd like 10.
Well, you cut me
You can
off.
count, right? Can you count to 10 and do it, please?
Well, you cut me off. So let me give it to you. Your mannerisms are identical.
Wrong.
The way you talk is identical. No, it is true.
Hugely wrong, but okay. Go ahead.
Well, let me speak.
That's 2.
Let me
Good
speak.
job.
He's anti-populist. Your fascism thing is identical. The whole fascism video was so identical to what she's talking about. I thought it was a parody at first. The fascism thing, the LGBT stuff, so we can go with transgenders.
So why don't we focus on one of these issues instead of you listing off stuff that So just to cut you off, I'm proud of you though. You made it to like 4 or 5, and I'm proud of you.
Okay.
But you realize that just if I agree with Walsh on something, it doesn't make me a copy of him, right? Simply agreeing with some of his positions does not make me a copy of him. I talk about my positions, and some of the positions that I agree with him on fit in with my positions as well.
Yes,
sometimes
but you remember.
You know what's funny is sometimes reasonable people have some overlap in their beliefs. I also have some beliefs that coincide with what Destiny thinks too. Am I a ripoff of Destiny?
Yeah, I know. You have. Well, okay, you're missing the greater point, dude. I don't know why you people debate guys.
Your claim was that I'm a
can
carbon
you
copy
let me?
of Walsh.
Can you make my point? Can I make my point? You people like to change the subject.
No,
this isn't.
This isn't changing the subject. I'm holding your feet to the fire for what you
Dude,
said.
Let me just finish, Hunter. Let me just finish. You tried to make it sound like, oh, I have some similarities with him. That's clearly not the case. Everybody who watched your videos knows you're very far left when it comes to social politics and the whole, everything, like all his all the points that Walsh brings up are identical to yours when it comes to these things.
Vosh,
and
you think Walsh is copying me?
No, because he
Holy
came before
shit.
you. You're dumb.
You know, it is weird that
dumb.
I'm pretty sure I made my video about Shoe on Head first, and then Walsh made a video on that after. Do you think maybe he's copying me?
What? See, this is the thing with you. You can change. You can be dishonest all you want.
Your claim, if I'm not mistaken, was your claim.
What I'm saying.
Your claim, if I'm not mistaken, was that because I agree with Walsh, that makes me a carbon copy of him.
Yeah, because you also talk like him, and you also have
agreeing
the same
with Walsh does not make me a carbon copy of him.
Most of the talking points, like the ML said, are identical. You just regurgitate them. They're the same thing. Okay, transgenders.
Why are you regurgitating
fascism.
every talking point that all of my haters use against me?
Like what? The saying that you have the same mannerisms? Have people ever
that I'm a Walsh
before?
ripoff? That I'm a grifter? That I'm dumb?
Because it's true, dude. Because it's true. That's the point.
Okay,
because it's true.
All right, man.
Are you gonna run? Are you gonna run away?
I'm wondering when this conversation is gonna actually get productive. That's all.
Okay, well, you want to talk about something else? I think I made my point clear.
No, you didn't at all.
No, I didn't. Well, you want me to go on list
Does
some more
agreeing with
things?
someone make you a carbon copy of them?
No,
and what
but you agree
mannerisms
with
are
him.
similar? That I say holy shit sometimes, and Walsh says
yes,
holy shit too.
Yes, and the way you have your tone are the same. Whenever you preach, you know how Walsh preaches, right? You preach the same way. Your voice goes low.
I don't even watch that much Walsh. I used to watch a lot of Walsh.
Well, apparently you do if you're gonna copy him on everything.
I mean, no.
And
but
the thing is
is sometimes we actually have overlap in our opinions when I don't even.
No,
watch
it's not
content.
sometimes. It's most time. I don't know why you keep changing the thing all the time. It's
not
sometimes.
every time. It is sometimes. All right, you're the one being dishonest.
Most times. Can you give me 10 things then? Can you give me 10 things on social issues that you disagree with? Or no, you can't. Okay, so that's my point, dude. Okay, you understand?
No, but you haven't made your point. You think you've demonstrated your point by saying that, but you haven't. Me agreeing with Walsh does not make me a carbon copy of Walsh. We
I gave you
happen
5
to
things.
share similar
What have you
ideas
given
in
me?
some senses.
Okay, give me
You
some
could in
things.
fact
give me
argue
some
that
things.
sure. So you could argue in fact that Walsh sounds when he talks a lot more like a social democrat, even though he claims to be a market socialist. When I first started watching Walsh, he was way more left. He was way more adamant about anarchism and communism. Now he sounds a little bit more like a social democrat. Conveniently, after I became very pronounced in being a social democrat.
Okay, so I know that Walsh is like he's like sucking up to Biden, but he did that before you did. I'm pretty sure he sucked up to Biden
Do
before
you
you
think
did.
Vosh
So
eats bread?
I
Maybe I
think
should
it's
stop eating bread because every time I eat bread,
and
I'm
again
a carbon
and
copy of
again
Vosh.
he goes to something that's not even related
No, it's
to the
not.
point.
It's that you're a bad faith fucking weasel,
I'm
dude.
not
You're
okay.
making
Okay,
no.
insults again.
I
Insults.
am.
Get to
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
point.
insult
5
you.
things.
Yes.
Give me at least match me 5 things. Match me 5 things.
5 things that I disagree with Vosh on,
You know
besides
what?
economics,
Wait,
even
wait,
though
wait,
that's
wait.
like a major component of what he talks about.
Before we even do that, I just want to say this. Yeah, facts and logic, right? That's your whole thing. Give me
Sure,
some
so I
facts
can
and
give you
logic,
some.
man.
We
Give
disagree
me
on
some facts and logic.
Sure, so we
Go ahead.
disagree on abortion. He would definitely consider himself loud and proud
Yeah, but you
pro-choice,
guys are
whereas
you're
I'm more
basically, but you're pro-choice.
Oh,
You're
right, but
pro-choice,
there's
dude.
too much overlap, so now it's the carbon
pro-cho-
copy.
you're-
Do you see
but
what
you're
you're doing
pro-choice,
here?
dude.
Because
No,
some
but
of
you're pro-choice.
maybe it's actually
Aren't
that
you
just
Aren't you pro-choice?
maybe it's just that reasonable
You are
people have
pro-choice. Stop
some
lying.
hold on. Maybe it's just that reasonable people actually have some overlap in their opinions, right? So he's loud
You're
and proud.
pro-choice.
I think no, I am
you?
philosophically and
Yeah, I
morally
know.
pro-life.
But that means you're pro-choice.
And
if you're
Vosh
for
is, if I'm
if-
not mistaken, philosophically pro-choice. That is a fundamental disagreement that me and Vosh have right there. We disagree about the market socialism stuff. I know for some reason I'm not allowed to bring that up, even though that's like a major component of what he talks about, and also a very huge thing that we disagree on. We disagree with the market socialism thing. We disagree with the guillotine thing. We disagree with the shoe on
It's
head
an
thing.
ideological thing. It's not an ideological thing, dude. And
The
by the way,
guillotine thing?
the
Yeah, it was.
Wait,
It absolutely
let me
was.
okay, let me just explain to you this. The guillotine thing is this. You took Vosh's like harm reduction thing and you took it way overboard. You don't understand with Vosh.
I don't know what you're
he's
even talking
okay.
about with Vosh's harm reduction
wait,
thing. Anything. I
look,
don't watch
look,
as
let me
much Vosh
explain.
as you think I do.
Let me
I think
let me
maybe
explain
you
to
have Vosh derangement syndrome, and now that's like sort of seeping
I
into
don't hate
Hunter
Vosh,
Avalon
dude.
derangement syndrome as well.
hate Vosh. I don't hate Vosh. What are you
Oh,
talking
really?
about?
All right,
I don't hate Vosh.
Okay, well then
What do
maybe I should take it as a compliment that I'm similar to him.
You see, again, but you change the subject again. This is what you people do. You change the subject whenever it's convenient for you because was trying to get to a point, okay? And I want to explain this.
What's the
whole
point you're trying
of,
to get to?
Well, if you don't want to change, if you shouldn't change the subject when I'm getting to it.
All right, go
Okay,
ahead. Make it quick.
Okay. Oh, I will make it. Don't worry. So the whole thing with the guillotine thing, right, is that you took the whole Vosh's dog whistles or whatever the thing he was talking about on the right, was saying that we shouldn't be avert about the political violence, right? Except you well, no, it is
I don't
true.
know what video you're talking about. Which video is
The
that?
guillotine thing.
Was it the Clown
Vosh
World
thing?
one where he talked about dog whistles like
Yeah,
3 years ago?
that's
Oh,
his-
so
no,
I
that's his whole
copied his
thing.
3-year-old video.
No,
Did I
no, no.
rewatch it maybe beforehand?
Wait,
'Cause
are you telling me Vosh doesn't believe in like right-wing dog whistles anymore? Are you saying that or what?
I genuinely.
What are you talking about right now?
No,
What are you talking
you're
about
saying
right now?
you're saying that I copied a Vosh video from like 4 years ago now.
No,
or
I'm
3 years
saying
ago.
the idea behind the video was that you didn't like Shoe on Head because it was an advert, like kind of a dog whistle, not advert, but
Well,
it was
because
a
it's
dog
hiding
whistle
behind the
against...
memes, right? You're putting
Yeah,
the
hiding
memes
behind the
forward,
memes.
and then
What
but
do
you actually
conservatives do?
believe that bullshit.
What is your
right?
point? Wait, what is your point with that video? You were talking with Shoe on Head that
Yeah. Oh, thank God. I think God cut him off.
the idea that Vosh put in your head is you took that to and now criticize the left.
You know,
That's
I
what you did.
actually have a lot of my
Yes.
some of my I'll be fair.
So
lot
it's
of the
another Vosh thing.
Hold on.
Basically,
No.
that's the point.
No, it
The
comes
whole
from...
guillotine thing is another Vosh idea.
Really?
in
Then
your
why
head.
did he disagree
that's
with me? Or
another
why
point
did we
for
have a
me.
20-minute
That's another point for
conversation
me.
about the disagreement? Could you answer that, please?
This well,
All-knowing viewer,
because
please.
I'll tell you, because he is an ideologue, and I don't know how you couldn't get this after watching so many hours of Vosh. He's an ideologue. He wants leftists to win no matter what.
I do recognize
He doesn't
that.
care.
100%.
You
yeah.
do recognize that?
Yeah.
Well, then why did you make that point?
What
Why?
point? Which one?
his idea and tried to
No,
apply it to
this
the
is
left.
what's funny is you're doing the same thing that people try to do when they call me a grifter. Is you're trying to like instill intent and malice in me that just has never fucking happened. Like,
Really?
I
So you
don't
don't
know.
talk like Vosh? You don't
To
have
be
any
completely
ideas?
fair,
Okay.
a
You have
lot of
some
my
ideas, right?
hold on, shut the fuck up for a second, okay? To be
No, you
completely
shut the fuck up, dude.
to
You
be
have no
completely
power
honest, a
anymore.
lot of my
10K
inspiration and a lot of the
10K
criticism
views
that I
per
criticize
video.
the left actually comes from Destiny. I'm a lot more inspired by Destiny's anti-lefty
No,
arc
you
than
see, you
Vosh's
said that
anything.
before. You
I
said that
find it
before. You said that before in one of your videos of Republicans want us dead. You said that before. I act more like Destiny. No, you don't, dude. Why do you always go to that? You don't act like
well,
Destiny.
there is definitely something to be said about the MAGA
No, you
death cult,
don't.
right? What's your position?
You well,
by
why
the
did
way?
you why did you delete that video? Was it the fact that you were embarrassed that you were like whining like a little bitch all the
Wait,
time?
what video?
Was that it?
What video did I delete?
Oh, you just referenced it, dude. What are you talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about? What the man the you know the title? What was the title? Republicans want us dead.
Oh
That's
shit!
the
I
video you
don't
deleted.
even remember this stuff.
You deleted that video because you were whining like a little bitch. That's what happened.
Yeah, yep, you're right. You got me, man. I was whining like a bitch.
Yeah,
and that's why I
now run.
deleted
Are you
it.
gonna run? Are you gonna run? Can you
No.
concede? Can you give me the L now or no?
Yeah, you
hand
already
over
took the
that.
L, dude. You took the L as soon
No,
as you
you
came
hand
in
the
here, right?
L. No, I didn't. What? Can you demonstrate that? Can you demonstrate that?
Can you empirically demonstrate that, please, sir, right now?
I
Please.
made so many points. I listed like 5-6 things. I could list more, but all you did was throughout this whole conversation is change the topic.
I didn't change the topic. I directly responded to.
Derail it somewhere else.
Hey, buddy, I directly responded to
better.
what you were
You're
saying.
actually getting better.
I
debate.
demonstrated where I disagree with Vosh on some things, and I also
Yeah, I know.
explained how simply me having some overlap in positions with Vosh does not
It's-
make me a carbon
it's not
copy of
some.
Vosh.
It's
Lastly,
not some.
even if. Okay, I got it, buddy. That's great. Is this all your criticism now, or do you have
No,
anything
there's
else
more.
to say?
I can talk more if you want. If
I
you don't want to run
nah,
away,
I
can
think we've
talk
heard
more.
enough of your great
Yeah,
voice
run
at
away.
this
Take
point.
the L. No, another one, another loss for Hunter Avalon.
Yep,
Another loss.
I took
Why
the
don't you
L
post-
so
wait,
bad,
wait,
dude.
why don't you post a BPF video? Why don't you do that? You don't. You're embarrassed. I know.
What's
Big
your
Papa
position?
Fascist
How about
destroy-
instead of you just critiquing me? You know what? I'll give you a chance here. I won't quote unquote run away if you actually tell me your position. We could talk about that for a bit. Let's go. Go ahead.
Well, does it matter? What do you want?
Yeah,
to
it
talk
does
about? What do you
matter.
wanna talk
It
about?
completely does. Do you still are you mad that I like left the right?
I'm not
Did you
mad.
agree with my
I'm
old
not mad.
right-wing takes?
I'm just laughing at you because like you tried to do this whole like leftism thing, and it blew up in your face, like Coach Red Pill said, right? And it's amazing. I just
Oh,
like
is
that.
that who you are? Are you Coach Red Pill fan? That's great.
No, I don't. I don't actually know him. I just saw you. I
So
just
how
saw
about
you
instead-
destroying
why?
you.
Hey, why are you just levying insults right now? That's really offensive. Can we?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just
Now
asked-
now when I do it, it's okay. It's
Yeah,
wrong,
it is.
right?
It's hurting my feelings. Seriously, I'm
Yeah,
just trying
yeah,
to meet
I
you at
know,
your
I know.
standards, okay? Can you please
Okay.
just tell me, please?
Well,
What's
I just
your
said you
position?
lost in. I just said you lost in the debate. That's not really okay.
What's your
Anyway,
position? Is your position
What's
me
on
losing
what?
your-
On what?
I
On
don't
what?
know. Are you right wing, left wing? Tell me about yourself.
I guess you can
man.
call me right wing. Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
I don't
cool.
know.
So yeah, did you?
What do you want to talk?
I don't know. Did you used to agree with my
Yeah,
old
some
stuff?
of them.
and-
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, and what do you want to
Okay.
talk about?
So is it possible that maybe you're just big mad that I no longer
No, dude,
stroke
no.
your dick and
Oh,
jerk
man.
you off to your dumb fuck ideas anymore?
No. What? And why are you so condescending right now? I don't understand. This is why people
Oh, am I
left you. Don't you
condescending
get?
right now?
Why
Oh,
don't
no.
you? No. Why don't you learn? No. Why don't you learn?
Because
You can't piss off. You can't piss off 90% of your audience, dude, and expect to grow a channel. You gotta do this. You gotta do this like Shu. Did
Yes,
Shu ever
dude,
do
this is great.
Did
You're an
Shu-
all-knowing
did Shu-
viewer, and
wait,
apparently you're,
wait,
you're,
wait,
you're
wait,
a
wait,
YouTube
wait,
growth
wait,
expert also.
Did Shu-
Yes.
Did Shu ever yell at her right wingers when she became more leftist?
I don't know.
Did she do
Maybe
that or
not.
not?
Maybe she
I don't
is
think
not
so.
as
I don't think
good
so.
at arguing with right wingers as I am.
Maybe
Maybe she's
she's
more
better at
empathetic towards
preserving her
right
brand.
wingers. Hold on. Maybe she.
Maybe you should have
Oh,
listened to her.
so you think
Maybe
that
you
it's a
should've
little bit
followed her.
better to stick to being a grifter then? You think that I shouldn't be honest about what I believe to preserve my brand?
No, I'm saying if you're gonna be a grifter, might as well be a good one. That's what I'm saying.
All right. With that, we'll let you take the L,
Do that.
okay? Because you just
No, you
admitted.
take
No,
the
no, no.
L.
You just stop. Shut the fuck up. Because you just admitted that you have such a
no power over
you
me,
have
dude.
such a
You have 10K
despicable amount of
10K
Hunter Avalon
views.
derangement
And
syndrome.
another
You would rather me be a grifter and
Another ad hom.
spew your bullshit that agrees with you than you would me be true and sincere to myself. You're not here to critique any of my shit. You're here to
I
rage
am.
at
We
me
can get
because
to it.
I no
We can
longer
get to
agree
it.
with you, and
Let's
I
get
now
to
think
it.
trans
No,
people
no.
are human.
No, let's get to it. You want to talk about it or do you want to run?
Well, maybe can we reschedule?
Make a
Do
choice,
you want?
dude.
Hey, do you want to give a quick shout out to your channel?
I don't have.
Yeah, didn't think so. Fuck you, cuck. Blocked. Why do I waste my time with these people? Ah. Hunter, you got blown out by Tim Pool and he's barely a right winger. Yeah, I did badly on Tim Pool. I've admitted this a million times and I've since done so much to improve myself. But thanks for bringing that up again, I guess. Say it again in 5 minutes. Maybe someone maybe forgot. Also, funny thing. It looks like TheQuartering has responded to me. Let's see. All right. Let's see what he said. So he says, "This game is so predictable. Step 1, talk shit. Step 2, tell me to give you my time to discuss it." Okay, Karen. Imagine being so terminally online you think this is a solid methodology to get someone to appear in your show. Sorry, I'll be at the dog park. Hopefully the tens of fans enjoy. Oh, man, dude. All right, let's go ahead and respond to him. No, it's actually that you're a dumb fuck. But But fine. Have it your way. But fine. Have it your way. Also, no need to take my insults so hard. You might not be the prettiest, but you don't need to go to the dog park. No, it's actually that you're a dumb fuck, but I think you deserve a chance to defend yourself. But fine, have it your way. Also, no need to take my insults so hard. You might not be the prettiest, but you don't need to go to the dog park. Oh, I love it. I don't care. I will be mean to these fuckwits. Because you know what? People deserve... people like this, they need someone that's willing to get on their level and play the game and get down and dirty with them, okay? If Quartering wants to be a dipshit prick that shits on every woman and black person in every video game imaginable, then I'll have no problem calling him an ugly fat dip fuck right here on the stream, all right? That is now the new slogan for all the Hunter Avalon fandoms out there. The dip fucks. How you doing? Got him. Holy shit, that was cringe. Hey, man, you know what? I'm really excited to do this. I have a really cool thing to do. Hunter Boy is proud of himself for writing a slightly witty tweet. You want to come and talk to me on Discord? I would love to have a chat with some of y'all. Creator dashboard. Okay, Flurper pins. You have 2 seconds to get in my Discord, okay? But either way, you're getting blocked. Filter the message out of chats you don't moderate. Okay. Bye. You're being such a piece of shit, and it's so annoying. So you're blocked. Okay. You're done. Bye. No more. Hunter is super nice when you call in. I don't know why people think he isn't. I'm not very nice to people when I call in. I'm not gonna pretend that I am though. Okay. Why is Hunter so hurt by randos in chat? I'm not hurt by randos in chat, but I'm annoyed by people that I see make arguments that I've seen regurgitated a lot. All right, let's do our last topic. Matt Walsh. Well, sort of Matt Walsh. Hunter radiates chill person, but is actually a savage. I'm chill, honestly. If you, well, I'm a little high strung. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, Hunter, quick question. Why do you think the Taliban is still on Twitter? I don't know. I think we're going to save our Matt Walsh chat for another time. Because although I've been streaming not as long, I stream more frequently. So I think that although just like we began the stream abruptly, we're going to end abruptly. And I know that sucks, guys. But it's almost 9 and I'm also a boomer dad and I want to eat some